E-waste is electrical and electronic equipment of any kind that has been discarded. Common types of e-waste include electronic gadgets, home appliances, lighting devices, and batteries. E-waste is mostly made up of metal and plastic components, but also contains harmful elements like mercury and lead. In Singapore, only about 6% of the e-waste consumers generate each year is recycled, while 26% is thrown out with food and other general waste. Valuable metals may be recovered from e-waste via incineration, using acids, or through biometallurgical processes which makes use of bacteria and fungi to leach metal from scrap. The cost of e-waste extraction has been widely researched on. Due to the various chemicals and materials found in them, many health consequences could take root, such as lead poisoning, respiratory and circulatory problems, and detrimental effects to cognitive functions, especially in children and pregnant women. When e-waste is being recycled or destroyed, certain methods and chemical components may be released into the environment. Through the air, burning of e-waste releases greenhouse gases and toxic gases like dioxins into the environment, while improper dumping or spillage contaminates the ground, groundwater, and water bodies. These pollutants can be absorbed through the local flora and fauna, whose bodies are unable to break down and thus accumulate these toxins. Higher up the food chain, the level of these toxins are amplified as predators consume more and more contaminated prey. This is known as bioaccumulation and bioamplification, and it can affect entire food chains, causing ecological collapse. Batteries are a power source for many devices that people use on a daily basis, making them a significant part of our lives. For that reason, we will be talking about how battery e-waste has been impacting us environmentally and socially. When not discarded properly, battery e-waste produces the same impact on the environment as the one mentioned earlier in the video, which is contamination of air, soil, and groundwater, leading to bioamplification and bioaccumulation. Nickel, cadmium, lead, and cobalt are toxic elements that can be found in batteries and can cause a number of health issues. Nickel and cadmium are known carcinogens that can cause cancer. On the other hand, lead has been found to cause developmental and neurological damage, which is especially harmful for children. 70% of the world's cobalt is mined in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where human rights are often violated in terms of slave labor in children and adults, making this an ethical issue. Singapore has been making the effort to reduce its overall waste and improve its environmental impact. While the country has had strict limitations on mercury levels in batteries since 1992, reducing the amount of heavy metals used, it has only recently begun to take more effective steps. When batteries aren't recycled, they are usually incinerated at waste-to-energy plants, which reduce the mass of overall waste and have measures to prevent pollutants from escaping into the atmosphere. However, the leftovers are still sent to Singapore's only landfill, which is expected to be full by 2035. As a more sustainable alternative, Singapore launched a lithium battery recycling facility through TESAMM, the largest e-waste recycler in the country. The factory would recycle 90% of usable material from batteries, of which would be 99% pure for reuse in making new batteries. The factory's methods of processing also prevents the release of toxic materials into the environment. There are other small projects such as TESAMM's collaboration with DHL and StarHub to collect unwanted batteries and local startups. One example is Green Lion, a startup which claims to be able to re-energize multiple types of batteries without having to separate them and makes them reusable. The process is supposedly able to both speed up the recycling process tenfold and lower costs by more than 4 times. Global consumption and use of electronic devices will continue to grow as the world continues its endless march towards modernization. As a portable source of power, much of our world is currently designed to run on batteries such that our devices are not constrained by the length of their power cables. But these batteries, made with components such as heavy metals like lead and cobalt as well as acids, can cause harm to both ourselves and our environment. While Singapore has taken measures to minimize risks, such as regulation on mercury-containing batteries and building a battery recycling facility, we as consumers have to try and be conscious of our consumption behaviors, choosing reusable batteries over single-use, as well as properly disposing of our batteries such that they can be broken down safely.